Branch office and FIC are subject to corporation income tax because they are taxable entity. The tax rate is as below. Taxable income is when the taxable income is less than 200 million Korean won, then the tax rate is 10%. And the taxable income is over 200 billion to 20 billion Korean won, then 20%. And over 20 billion to 300 billion, then 22%. Over 300 billion Korean won, 25%. The rate is from the lowest 10% to the highest 25%. 10% of local tax will be added to this as a surtax, so in effect, the rate is from 11% to 27.5%. The rate is progressive. The corporation income tax is required to be filed twice a year, interim tax return and year-end tax return. Interim tax return should be filed within 2 months from the 6 months end, and for example, when the fiscal year end is December, then August 31 of next year will be the deadline of filing interim tax return. And then in computation, one of the two options will be used. Number one is when there was any tax payable last year, half of last year's tax payable can be used. And number two is compute the corporation tax payable for the full 6 months period when there is no tax payable last year, or the company opt to compute in option 2. In the case of year-end tax return, this tax return should be filed within 3 months from the year end. When the fiscal year end is December, then March 31 of next year will be the deadline. And then, unlike interim tax return, in the case of year-end tax return, only option 2 is available. Option 2 is compute the corporate tax payable for the full 12 months period. Thank you for visiting our YouTube, Simon's Korea Tax. Thank you very much.